Hello there, Janice Anderson here, and I have something that I really want to, I kind of just want us to talk about, and I want to just normalize this for us. Okay. So it's a conversation I think we need to have. And because we're like family, I mean, you're watching me here, you're showing up. I believe we're family. So I'm just going to tell you because I love you and I think you should know. There are 3 words that I believe that if you embrace these 3 words consecutively, like you gotta say them in this one phrase together. If you embrace these 3 words, you will save yourself pain, shame, and heartache. Yeah. Embracing these 3 words, saying them, owning them, and being okay with them will save you pain, shame, and heartache. So what are the 3 words? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Can we just normalize? I don't know. Oh my gosh. Y'all, I have so many conversations with amazing people, amazing women, amazing men. And I watch them painstakingly navigate through situations, circumstances, questions simply because they won't say, I don't know. They don't have the humility of heart or maybe even the conscious mind, the conscious thought to say, you know what, I don't know. And it's okay that I don't know. I'll tell you what brought this up. So I was talking with a client and we were talking about a specific project that we have coming up. And I'm so excited about the project. They're excited about the project. And we're going over the details of the project. And I was listening to the client, and it was kind of like the client was posturing themselves with me. Now, I work with visionaries, and a visionary is a visionary. And so sometimes in my work with them, I'm coaching them, and I'm just helping them to overcome barriers and blocks that are keeping them from what they see and what they believe, and maybe what their plan is. And then other times, I'm working in capacity to help them execute on that vision. And so I'm creating the roadmap, and my team and I are executing on that, depending on whether the coaching side or the consulting side of my businesses.
Okay.
With this particular time, this is an execution call. This is a consulting call, right? And so this is a consulting call, and this is consulting work. And in nature, the mere nature of the relationship is that we are going to execute according to our experience and our expertise. And they're going to show up according to their experience and their expertise. There's no need to posture. There's no need to posture up. There's no need to oversell me. We already have the deal. We already have a working relationship. Now we just need to lay down who's going to do what by when. Let's get it done. But I kept finding this back and forth, and I was sitting there like, why are you saying that? Why are you saying that I'm already on your team? Why are you saying that I already believe in you? Why are you saying that you have nothing to prove to me? And it occurred to me that for this person, it wasn't safe to not know. And my client is not the only person that believes that it's not okay that they don't know. I've seen it in my children. I remember when my husband and I first got married, there were just things that I just did not know. Now, I didn't get the memo that it's not okay for us not to know. So your girl over here, I was like, "Oh, I don't know. I don't know. Oh, wives do that. That's what wives do. I didn't know. Shut up." Now, mind you, when my husband and I got married, I had already been married before. I'd been married previously, and I've been a mom. So my husband and I, we were not each other's first time saying nuptials, but I ain't never been married to you. I don't know. I don't know. And listen, what worked in one marriage may not work in this marriage. What works for you may not work for me. So I had to say I don't know. So when we normalize I don't know, guess what we do? We open up our possibilities. We end and our pain, and we end the unnecessary suffering simply by saying, I don't know. Let me break this down. Okay. I understand, like, what my client, I also could have felt the same way. And I think many of you may feel this same way because maybe we believe this really crazy belief. Just tell me if you believe this. And I think our culture perpetuates this, but I'm going to set you free right now. Knowledge in one area does not equate, nor does it mandate knowledge in every area. Just because you're good at this Doesn't mean you have to be good at everything else. And it doesn't mean that you are good at everything else. Okay, let's just go ahead and say that for those of us who feel like I'm good at everything. You remember, I used to believe I could do anything. I mean, I still believe I can do anything. I believe I can study. I believe I can train. I believe I can practice and I can give it my best shot. But I'm not the best at everything. And I darn sure don't know everything. And I understand that we live in a knowledge culture, a culture that highly celebrates knowledge. We live in the information age. You can know anything or get access to anything literally by the click of a button, the swipe of your finger. I get that. I get that. I get that. You can read several books or read several emails or blogs or watch a bunch of YouTube videos and you'll have information overload. And I think because information is so readily accessible to us, we've bought into this lie that we must know, and therefore, when we don't know, it's almost as if something's wrong with us. And so many of us embrace this posture of shame when we find ourselves in situations and circumstances when we feel like we should know. And I can hear you. Maybe you don't feel like you should know, but there are people placing expectations on you as if you should know, like they are expecting you to know. So here's the thing, their expectations is their business. That's their problem. Yeah, that's their problem. They can expect whatever they want to expect until you agree that this is what it's going to be within this relationship, within this exchange. Their expectations are just that, their expectations. Let me give you an example. I'm going to go back to when my husband and I first got married. So, again, I didn't get the memo that I should already know, in that saying you don't know or not knowing was like not good. So your girl over here was like, I remember my husband on his first, maybe his second out of town trip, and he was like, he'd probably be like so mad at me for saying this, but he was like, honey, you forgot my airport bag, my pack away at the airport bag." And I was like, what is that? What's the pack away at the airport bag? I did, like this is that he done been going out of town, before. And I'm like, what is that? What do you mean? Girl, or guy, if you're listening, he was talking about the bag that you pack with the goodies and the snacks and stuff you eat when you get to the airport, so you won't have to spend all this money at the airport on the airport food. Well, hello, why didn't you tell me that you needed that? If you would have told me, I would have made that for you. But since you didn't tell me, I don't read minds, and I had no idea, because as many times as I've traveled, as many times I pop on a plane, ain't nobody fixed me no bag. And guess what? My mama wasn't packing my daddy no bag, and my grandma, to my knowledge, wasn't packing my grandfather no bag. So I had no context. I had no frame of reference. And in the books that I was reading, that ain't what they said. So I didn't know. And sometimes, and I remember my husband and I don't want to say this because there's so many contexts in which we do not know. So, and so many contexts in which people expect us to know. Like if you're a good wife, you wouldn't know. If you know your man, well, hello, I'm not gonna know my man until I ask my man. I ain't gonna know him until I see that I've been around him for a while and I see some patterns and some things and I try a couple of things, but I'm just not gonna know. Now, I am filled with the Holy Ghost. For those of us who are super saved, I am one of those people. And I have a level of discernment, and I can see good and evil. And the Lord, He will sometimes show me things in dreams and, through conversations and through the word. Hello, but I don't know all the things. And it is okay. Not only do I not know all things as it pertains to romance and love and navigating marriage with my husband, I don't know all the things when it comes to parenting. I have three daughters, and they're from three different generations. Right now, one's in her 20s, one is a teenager, and one is a toddler. And although I have been through the toddler phase three times, there's so much I still don't know. So my husband will be asking me questions like, honey, why is she doing that? And I'm like, I don't know why I think she's doing it. I'm like, you want to call a pediatrician? They've seen way more kids than me. Maybe they know. And I don't lose anything for not knowing. Now he may expect that this girl got three girls. This is three daughters. This is her third time raising a daughter. She should know. But I don't. And it's okay. Because with the moment I am open to not knowing, I'm open to help. I'm open to possibilities. I'm open to a broader perspective. But when I assume or when I put this pressure on that I must know, I'm closed, you know? I'm stuck in this confine of this wall and I'm limited. And for many of us, not only does sticking to this idea that you must know limit your possibilities, sticking to this idea that you must know, for many of us, prolongs our suffering. Many of us, and I remember when I did used to have, before I had this idea that, it wasn't okay to not know, there were certain categories that I felt like I should know. I should know as an adult. I should know as a Christian. I should know as a woman that these are the things I should know as a professional. I should know as someone who's graduated with several degrees and who's trained at really fine institutions and under really great coaches. I should know how to do this. Because I am good at a specific thing, I should know everything about that thing and the next thing concerning it. And so I would be in isolation and I would withdraw when I didn't know. And I would struggle through so many things simply because I didn't know and it wasn't safe to not know. Or as I've seen with my client, you can make a fool of yourself. And this is a bit strong, but I'm trying to say this nicely. You can really fumble your way through and cause unnecessary tension in relationships and in connections simply because you haven't acknowledged, I don't know, and I'd like to know. I don't know, but I'm trusting that you know. I don't know, and I really need your help. Like, I don't know is not a cuss word. Actually, it's an invitation. The moment you say, I don't know, you open up the space for possibilities. The moment I said to my husband, I love you. I am so excited to be with you. I look forward to our life being forever and ever amazingly great and forward moving. But there's so many things that I don't know. I want to know how to please you. What makes you happy? What makes you smile? What makes you feel seen and celebrated? What makes you feel appreciated by me as your wife? And I don't know what that is, but I'm open to whatever it is that you want to tell me. Now, here's the thing I'm talking about. I'm open to whatever it is you want to tell me. Now, this is what I told my husband. Let me go ahead and help everybody on this here video. Watching the replay, let me just let y'all know. Listen, I told him he could tell me whatever it is that he likes. And this can be amazing information. Thank you. But that don't mean Imma do it. That don't mean Imma do it. Like, if you want me to, come and, be singing in this high-pitched voice, and as soon as you come home, run to the door, I don't know that I'm wired like that. I don't know. I can I I don't know, When I was growing up, I played basketball. I was a basketball player. I am a strategist by trade. I had to learn how to be a cheerleader, okay? Okay. So, but if you let me know, "Hey, honey, when you tell me this, when you show me this, I feel loved." Now, all jokes aside, I've never been a cheerleader, but I know that when I see my husband doing things that he enjoys and doing things that he worked diligently at to perform, that when I make a big to do about it, it makes him feel seen and celebrated by me as his wife, and he feels great. And because I know that, I didn't know that in the beginning, but because I know that now, oh, homegirl right here, like, honey, y'all don't tell him this is what I be doing. Honey, oh my gosh. Honey, you know what? When you did that, that looks so good. Look at our grass. We have the best grass on the block. Like, I am loving our grass. Honey, thank you so much. Like, I feel like, I am in Bermuda with this Bermuda grass. I've been trying to figure out all the words to say about this doggone grass because he out there all the time with that darn grass. And I do compliment on the grass once a week because he's out there doing the doggone thing. I think I married a farmer. Okay, y'all get it? So let's normalize I don't know, okay? When we don't normalize I don't know, many of us, we prolong our suffering and our pain because of our pride. When we don't normalize and embrace I don't know, we limit our possibilities. And then because we don't welcome help and we're not open to the new options. We don't even know what's available. And here I'm gonna say this and this will be the last thing. When we don't normalize, I don't know, we carry unnecessary burdens. We shoulder things we were never meant to shoulder simply because we didn't acknowledge to ourselves and those around us that I don't know how to do that. Hmm. Let me tell you something. It is such freedom for me to say I don't know. I'm like, oh, I don't know. I mean, I could know, but that mean Imma need a little more time. Cause see, the moment you say you don't know, then I need time to figure out. Look at that. I got more time with the project. I got more time with this thing. The moment I say I don't know, I welcome some help. The moment I say I don't know, I take the pressure off from being perfect. The moment I say I don't know, I humanize myself. And y'all ready? The moment that I say I don't know, I give those around me permission to not know. Some of the reasons why many of us are afraid and uncomfortable acknowledging that we don't know is because we hold everybody to these standards that are literally impossible. We want everyone to be perfect. We don't want them to make zero mistakes. They need to already know. How they gonna already know? Did you teach them? Did you tell them? Did you send them to the class? Did you quiz them? Did you walk with them? Did you show them? Did you? I mean, how are you gonna expect them to already know? Did they tell you that they already knew? In closing, I just wanted to, as I was just reflecting on a conversation with a client and just thinking through some of the places in my life where I have shouldered unnecessary burdens and watched many amazing people shoulder unnecessary burdens. I realized that a lot of this can be remedied if we just embrace three simple words. I don't know. All right. I hope this has been helpful to you. If it has, drop a comment wherever you're watching this video. And if you want to learn more about me and what we do and how we coach and mentor women in our community, Significant Life, the place where women of influence, women called to make an impact, can learn how to live, lead, and serve from an anchored place, then send me a DM and I'll tell you all about it. Bye for now.